everyone. This is Hazel during her Hazel's Way show. I know the end of Raw is just, still going on right now, but I thought I'd get started as it's 10:15. Yes, I'm doing this live from my bed because it's 10:15 at night, for crying out loud, and I'm tired. So, that being said, I'm just going to get on with things. I know there's pretty much nobody watching me right now, but who cares? I'm an English chick with a mouth, so it's going to get going regardless. A couple of things I want to bring up. I'm starting with, let's just say, the attitudes of certain people in the wrestling business. My God, I wish somebody would tell me I look this terrible on camera. Holy shit. See those circles out of my eyes? Damn, I need some sleep. It's that AJ keeping me awake all the time. Anyway, so this is basically, me having, my few moments and what I want to say about certain things. And this is basically me. I don't care what anybody else thinks. This is my views. We're going to start with TNA. My dear God in fucking heaven, what the hell was that all about? Now, we all know I'm the biggest Hardy mark that there is, I think, ever, and I love what they did when they were WWE. The high flying, the ladders, oh my God, jumping off steel cages, all that good stuff. That to me was just like the best ever. However, yesterday, Jeff Hardy just confirmed why WWE was right in getting rid of them. Him, rather. If you watch his entrance really, really carefully, he can barely stand on his own 2 feet, and that to me is absolutely disgusting. He should have been walking down there, coming out as he normally does, and he should be, just doing his thing. But instead, he's like walking around like an ass. Stumbling up the steps, getting into the ring, stumbling down the ramp. That to me was just the most unprofessional entrance of a so-called championship wrestler that I've ever had the displeasure of seeing in my life. I've been to a lot of shows. I've seen Jeff Hardy at TNA, and he was wrestling good. He was being real good. He was there with the fans, and no sign of this drunken, alcohol-ridden, craziness. But then you go on to a few months later. I think it was May last year that we went. Now we're on about nearly a year later, and I'm just seeing this man just crumbling in front of our eyes, and unfortunately in front of the world's eyes. And it saddens me because he does have the talent. He really, really does. His talent's legendary. You just got to see how many people do you know will climb up on top of a steel cage and do the swanton bomb off the top. I mean, that's all there is to it. He is an amazing wrestler when he is sober. TNA did a very, very serious injustice to their fans yesterday by letting him go out and wrestle that way. In my opinion, it was the biggest mistake TNA has made to date. It has turned TNA back into the laughing stock, and, I'm just putting it out there. When you've got, like, Ring of Honor, WWE, and TNA, that's like comparing 3 feds in this area. WWE and Ring of Honor, I would compare to the likes of, say, BCW, ICW, keep their standards up there. They make sure their wrestlers come out and they put on top shows and everything, that kind of thing. And then you get TNA. Well, right now, my opinion of TNA is that they are very, very on the borderline of being an REWF wannabe. It's disgusting. It really, really is disgusting. And I'm so glad that my tattoo of the Hardy Boys logo is on the back of my neck, because my hair's now long enough to cover it, because I'm ashamed and embarrassed to have it, just purely based on that. If I was Matt Hardy and Jeff and Matt Hardy's dad, Jeff's wife and everything, I'd be sitting that man down and telling him, get it together. get it together. I mean, everywhere today, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Jeff Hardy fucking up was the biggest thing that was on there. And it's sad because we normally, we go on about, oh, well, I don't like this match, and some of you don't like pay-per-views because, oh my God, John Cena has another championship match, or, oh my God, they're doing the Randy Orton thing again. But at least, when those guys come out to the ring, they're not going to be high, they're not going to be drunk, they're not going to stumble. The only time that you should be drunk or high got into the ring is if it's part of your caricature and you just act that way. Don't ever do it. It's disgusting. Yeah. To me, it's like, why are you even doing this? You're ruining a reputation that you had, and you could have taken TNA to a whole new level, and you decided not to. So, until then, it's just bullshit. It's complete bullshit, and to me, it's disgusting. So, now I've vented. I am actually now relaxing in my boudoir. Unfortunately, our trail's in the other room, still watching probably reruns of Raw. Doing the fantasy WWE draft thing, making sure their points are up there. Don't worry, it's not fixed, because if it's fixed, I would win. I lose every single time we have done this. So there's no worries about it being fixed and us going to win. So moving straight along to Hazel's grievances. Crack the knuckles time, just to get ready. My grievances, couple of things I want to get right out there. Some people asked why I decided to step away from WFSO and do more behind the scenes things. That all stems from the last WWE pay-per-view, where a certain female was going around telling everybody that I was bad-mouthing her, making accusations. She refused to speak with me in regards to this. She has me and WFSO deleted and blocked, so I couldn't even talk to her about it. And I was just sick and tired of it. I've worked too hard, along with AJ, to get WFSO's reputation up there, to have some jumped-up little wannabe wrestling fan slam it down. So for me, the best thing was to step aside and let it just simmer for a little bit. So as we were thinking that was simmering down, along came the whole fat man and the ugly lady scenario, which basically pissed off so many people it wasn't even funny. I'm sure if you've been reading Facebook, and obviously a lot of the people who are here in this room right now are the ones who were involved in it, it got out of control. Too many things were said, and finally people had enough. So we basically jumped on Fat Man and the Ugly Troll and, said our piece. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. So we'll move along from there. So that was why I stepped backwards for a little bit. Now's the time for Hazel's Way to come back, and I'm going to be out there. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm not backwards in coming forwards. If I think you're an asshole, I'm going to say you're an asshole, Chris. And if I think you're crazy, I'm going to say you're crazy, Gorman. If I think you're unbelievably adorable and super sexy, I will say so, Hazel. Yes, I love myself. But anyway, so it's time that we got things back to how they were running. Excuse me one moment. This English chick needs a cup of tea. Okay. So moving right along, I have an issue that I want to address that some people have mentioned to us in regards to why Chris Hansen left WFSO. Okay, now I'm going to do this and be as polite as humanly possible. It was brought up a couple of times, and I've been inboxed about it because that people thought Chris was great working for us. And he was. All the while he was with us, he did some great stuff. However, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, he left for bullshit reasons. He was worried that it was going to affect WFSO's reputation with having a Fed owner working for us. Bullshit wrong. People already thought that it was fixed when he won Jerk of the Year. Obviously, this was by people who don't actually know Chris, who realized that Chris would get Jerk of the Day, minute, hour, year, month, millennium. The list goes on. So those of you who know Chris know the jerk attitude and everything, he would have won regardless. Secondly, in my opinion, Chris is more professional than that, and he wouldn't have let the two things cross over. But as I say, it was his call. Me and AJ thought he was joking around about it, to be honest, because of the way he is, the way he does joke and laugh around. So we didn't take it seriously. So yeah, we were a bit upset with him and, you know, annoyed. We thought it was a bullshit call. We thought that he could have done better. He could have stayed on, and we would have given him the break that he needed. You know, it wasn't a big deal. We understand he's got a Fed running. He's got an upcoming show and everything. That's fine. You know, we would have let him step to the side, but he decided that he was going to leave. So that's why Chris is no longer with us. I hope his Fed does do well because, you know, he deserves it. He is working very hard on it, and he does have a dream that he wants to fulfill. But I still think it was a bullshit chicken shit attitude to cop out and leave when he did, when it wasn't necessary. But we've got past that. We have moved on. You know, it's one of those things as friends. This is why it goes back to the whole backstabbing and arguing thing. Chris knew I was upset with it. I discussed him with it. We got over it. We got past it. Moving on. I just want to say hey to little Ray who's just come on. How you doing, sweetie? So moving on to my next thing is Fed owners in general. Oh, okay. As I got something in my ear, you have to excuse me a second. As some of you are probably aware, Chad left Wisconsin and XLW is now no more. For now. Or at least in this area. You know, who knows, he might start it up where he's moved to. And, you know, in general, since that happened, we're back down to the same few wrestling feds that were going on. And to me, it seems like the bitching and everything is finally quieting down as well. It's funny how that happens. You know, the backstabbing seems to stop, the gossiping, and, oh my God, this person said this and this person said that. That seems to have stopped for now. So, you know, hopefully we can maintain this level of calm amongst everyone. But I just want to point out to Fed owners, and this isn't just in this area, I will point that out, this is not just to the Fed owners in this area. This is to Fed owners all over. And trust me, we get a lot of reports that we go through and watch a lot of stuff from other feds around the country, and obviously now got WFSO UK and WFSO Australia. We have reports coming in from them. Why the hell do Fed owners who wrestle feel it's necessary to win every fucking match they're in, to hold the championship belt? You might just as well call it, this is my ego trip and I want to hold the belt. That is such the biggest pile of shit that I have seen, to the point it gets boring. You know, you go to a show, yeah, you expect the Fed owners, if they wrestle, to be there wrestling, that kind of thing. But for the love of God, lose a fucking match. Lose the belt. You know, there are some Fed owners who in 6 months have been the World Heavyweight Champion 57 times. You know, because they lose it at the beginning of the match, they get it back at the middle of the match, then they lose it at the end of the match, and then there's a rematch at the end of the show. It's like, give me a fucking break. I swear to God. Chris, if you're listening to me, I beg you. I will sign anything you want in blood. I will suck a goat's dick if you promise me. No, I won't do that, actually. Nah. I'll go with a white man. Hey, we'll do something I haven't done for a while. I will go with a white man if you promise me that you will not hold the SWE belt more than is absolutely necessary. Just promise me that. I swear to you, I will run naked round a ring. I will do cartwheels covered in pudding. Whatever. Just please do not